Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. Today we are going to be covering the final Premier League match of the season for Man United against Brighton Hove Albion. And yeah, bit of a rushed one, a bit late here, but we are going to be watching the match and we are going to be reacting to it. So we are 3 minutes in. Let's just get this timer sorted. How's everyone doing? Viv, I see you. Hello, my friend. Nick, how's it going, man? Caleb, look who has returned from the Shadow Realm. Wow, the blip is back. Okay, we're 4 minutes in. Brighton have a corner, and thank God they haven't scored with the first thing that we watched. Yo, what channel is the game on? It's on a channel called Optus, I believe. I don't know if it's being shown in the UK or not. A bit late, admin. Yeah, very late. Literally, I've just got into my place from the train station. I was coming back from London, so yeah, it's we had delays on the train and everything, but literally got back just in time for the game. So. Couldn't miss it. How's London, mate? London, very busy. A bit of sunny weather, and the flocks of people come out. So yeah, very, very busy indeed. How's everyone doing, and how's everyone feeling for the game today? Are we confident? We've got Martinez returning back to the side. Love to see it. Any fit women, though, admin? Mate, it's London. What do you think? Why were you in London, admin? Oh, I can't disclose that information, McKenzie. But it wasn't a business trip, I'll say that. We lost the semi-final on penalties, so not in the best of moods. We lost the semi-final. Is that for your local team, Caleb? Because he can be, McKenzie. Thank you for backing me up there, Caleb. If you haven't already, drop a like on the video, peeps. And also get your score predictions in the chat. I want to see how confident we are. I think based on our last performance, I'm quite looking forward to see how we perform today. It looked as though we were getting into a good bit of form coming up to the FA Cup final. So if we can get a good result today, it would probably mean a lot for the players, but Brighton are carving through us right now. Didn't say he couldn't, was only asking. Don't worry, McKenzie, I knew. Yeah, the team I play for. 1-0 United, says Viv. Beautiful. We were going for a treble. And you lost in the semi-finals. Damn. Admin went cross country for bloody hell. Viv spoils. Wait, was that that was a prediction, McKenzie. To be honest, I'm particularly happy to be watching this game because it finally means that this season's going to be over, other than the FA Cup. Cheeky voice crack while I read this out. Admin has game, you don't even know. Keep it on the hush, Nick. Keep it on the hush. I've got no sound on my stream. So when United don't get to hear that lovely, hear the lovely Chinese commentators. She better have been foreign, admin. Jesus Christ, Kev. What's your problem with the English, yeah? Wanted to go to a United pub we have in Dubai for the final. Little 8-year-old birthday party ruined that plan. What an inconsiderate little piece of shiz, that 8-year-old. How dare he celebrate his birthday, Viv? How dare he? Does he not know that there are better things to be doing? Like watching United hopefully beat Man City in the final. Brighton's pitch looks better. I was going to say it looks very pre-season-y, this pitch. Season's not over. We got the cup. Well, at least the Premier League season will be over. I mean, our lowest points tally in this competition for however many years? Like 30, 40? Probably longer. English women not as good looking as other countries' women. You know that. I wouldn't be one to comment, Caleb. I wouldn't be one to comment. Very Americanized pitch, says Viv. 4G pitch. Hybrid pitch? It can't be 4G, can it? To be fair, if you look at European countries, England doesn't score high. Look at Scandinavian countries. Guys, I can't be rating the beauty of women around the world, yeah? But I agree with everything that you said. How do they even measure that, though? Is it just like based on the eye test of like going to countries and then seeing? Because to be fair, when I did go to Holland when I was younger, everyone looked like blonde models pretty much. It's like when Sweden chanted "Go home to your ugly wives" after meeting us. I remember that. Fudge Foden scored. Oh. Who cares at this point if Man City win? Like, realistically. They'll always have the asterisk over anything that they achieve, so they can enjoy it. All 10 of them can enjoy it. Brighton. In our box, Wan-Bissaka getting absolutely turned there. Wan-Bissaka supposedly leaving this summer. I'm kind of not surprised. I mean, with the injuries this season, also, I don't. I think with the style of football Ten Hag does want to play, I don't think Wan-Bissaka really fits into that. I reckon we could get a decent amount for Wan-Bissaka as well, maybe 20, 25 mil. What do you guys think about Wan-Bissaka? I mean, I've always been a big fan of him, but he hasn't really progressed as much as you'd like. Like, I can't see him being a starting Man United player. So maybe if he's happy being a squad player and he's not on too high a wage, then he could stay, but don't know. Spider-Wan. But you can score me, that seems sexist. Nick, please. All I was saying is that you look like a very attractive Swedish DJ, okay? I would never score you. It's Mackenzie who wants to run you through the bloody matrix of like if you're mogging or not. I mean, that's what he's going for. But I don't know. I don't know about any of this stuff. I would never rate anyone. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's what they say. We'll see if we win the league again. It'll be surveys, pretty sure, and then they will rank that way. Netherlands scores high, but Swedish is better. I feel like they're all giants in Sweden, though. What's the average height for a man and a woman in Sweden? Let's have a look here. So men, on average, are 5'11" in Sweden, and women are 5'7". No, 5'5". Okay, so they're not that tall. Interesting. That Barco is very good. Knew about him when he was still in Argentina because of FIFA a couple of years ago. Looks like a proper Xavi kit. Arsenal will bottle it anyway. Let's have a look. Just so we can keep up to date with the scores. No surprise that Aston Villa are losing to Crystal Palace. They've probably celebrated so much because they've got the Champions League, so another game doesn't really matter. Any shock results at the moment? Let's have a look. Man City winning. Arsenal still drawing against Everton. Arsenal tend to struggle with Everton. I think they've been a bit of a bogey team for them, so if they do get the result there, it'd be impressive. But I doubt Man City are doing anything. Or I doubt that they're going to struggle with West Ham, in all honesty. Okay. Netherlands is tallest country, average male. Don't know about female. That's interesting. Let's see. Tallest female country on average. Yeah, Netherlands is the tallest for girls as well. Average 5'7". Wow. Land of giants for Netherlands. It's too quiet when admin doesn't talk because I have no streams out either. Sorry, man. I was just posting something there. Okay, we've got a free kick here for Brighton. So, do we want? Let me just do a cheeky poll here, guys, because I want to see what you guys think. Oh my God, Brighton. Okay, they had a shot on target, but it's okay. We're saved. Fear not. Do we want a conference league? Yes. No. All right, boys, let me know. Do we want Conference League, yes or no? Because what we'll need to do in order to achieve that is it's probably going to be a bit of a struggle. Dutch Giants. Just end up being sat here in awkward silence. Dabbing on those haters, McKenz. Okay, so most of the peeps aren't wanting Conference League. Nick, what's your height? Nick's a machine. I feel like Nick's 6'1", 6'2". Is this our lowest ever finish in the league? In the Premier League, 100%. I don't know about the first division in history. So, what question for everyone as well? Who stayed up to watch the Alexander Usyk Tyson Fury fight? And what did you make of it? Mackenzie, I know you're a big Tyson Fury fan. Were you sad? What did you make of the fight? Foden scores again. Well. That's nice for Foden. The only positive I see of Foden being in really good form for Man City is the potential that he'll have a really good season. Not a really good season. He'll have a really good run in the Euros. Nice outside of the boot flick there from Mainu to Fernandes, but then Garnacho can't keep the play running. We haven't created any chances so far, which is quite worrying, but we're 20 minutes in here. Tyson needs to get John out of his corner. I knew Fury lost by the 9th round. Yeah. Because Usyk always finishes strong, so it was more of a case of if Tyson Fury can get early rounds and get enough rounds to get the draw, then... Oh, Brighton are through. And it's good block by Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, so it was always going to be a case of if Fury could get enough rounds at the start to stop Usyk, but no, Usyk's a machine, man. He literally plays boxing like a video game when it comes to the point system. He knows that he can give a few rounds away to then come back even stronger, which is very interesting. I did predict that Usyk would finish Fury by a TKO in the 9th round, which I was quite happy with because he was one punch away from doing that, and yeah, it was just quite interesting. Fury was boxing very, very well though. It's just a case of like, I don't think anyone's got the gas tank of Usyk. So if you don't have the gas tank and you can't just continuously outpunch him, then you have to knock him out, which nobody's been able to do yet. I thought Fury's uppercuts were very good. I'm surprised no other heavyweights have tried to actually land the uppercut on Usyk, because he does lean his head down quite a bit. And Fury did hurt him in certain parts of the fight, but the way that Usyk absolutely just dismantled him in the 9th round, it was very interesting. Tyson needs to get John out of his corner. 100%. I don't know why John was in his corner. I don't know if Tyson did it as a sentimental thing of like, oh, okay, my dad said I'd be a heavyweight champion and now he's in my corner for the undisputed fight. I feel like he did it for a sentimental thing if he won, but he didn't win, and John was just talking over Sugar Hill, and it was just Tyson's main trainer, Sugar Hill. And it was very weird. I don't know why John Fury was in his corner. Big lad Nick. I hoped Fury went KO. He got saved. He 100% got saved. I knew Fury lost by the 9th round. Body book. When's Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? I feel like that's in July. I know that's been getting kind of spicy with the press conferences, but then still it's not a real fight. It's one of those gimmick fights that will get a lot of attention, but will it be an actual good fight? I don't know. I don't know about that. It's on July 21st, so we will 100% be doing a live stream for that. Fury was all over him for 3 rounds, then just gave in. Should have gone for the body. It's a known fact that Usyk doesn't like body shots. Like to say it's a low blow whenever he takes body shots. John was telling Tyson the complete opposite of Sugar Hill every single time. John Fury, man. I think it was a bad omen for Tyson when John headbutted the member of Usyk's team. I think it was at that point where I was like, yeah, the energy around the team's just not right. I don't think he's going to win. Also, the thing I didn't like from Fury, I know he does showboat and he's done that against Wilder and he's done it in all these fights and it probably helps him like relax or something to make him feel like he has control of the boxing match. But it just reminded me of Tony Bellew versus Alexander Usyk, where Tony Bellew was outboxing Usyk at the start of their fight, and then it got to the point where he was showboating, but then he showboated too early. Like, you can't showboat in the first round of a 12-round fight. That's like the stupidest thing ever. Like, maybe showboat a little bit later on to get in your opponent's head, but in the first round, Scott McTominay's through here. Scott McTominay? Oh, it's over the bar. But yeah, why showboat in the first round? It's just so stupid because anything can happen. To showboat in the first round when you think it's all good, it's like, I don't know. Tyson versus Paul will be a real fight. They updated their fight condition. So yeah, it's a professional fight, but they're wearing 14-ounce gloves. They're fighting 2-minute rounds. Like, no professional boxing men's match is 2-minute rounds ever. So it's not a real fight. And he's also a grandpa and a pensioner. Final round, he's getting told to basically stand and bang to try and knock him out to win. And John just goes, nah, mate, just win the round on points and you've won the fight. So stupid. So stupid. John Fury, man. And Tyson Fury came out and said that, didn't he, in a post-match interview? He said that he thought that he was he thought that he had enough on points, so then he didn't release the gas tank. I hate the showboating. It just screams disrespect. I like showboating when it's tasteful, when it's like it spices up the fight. Like you see people wind up punches and all of this, but when it becomes like you're doing more showboating than actual good work, then I'm just kind of like, okay, you're using it a bit too much now. Like, you're not really gonna get in the person's head if you do it all the time. That's the point, to be fair though, Nick. John's basically Tyson's yes man and won't tell him that he's losing. Looks like a very hot day there at the Amex Stadium. I'd rather be told I'm losing when I'm winning and fight better than get told I'm winning when I'm not to make myself feel better. Oh, good save by Onana there. Oh wait, no, that was Martinez that stopped that. I'd rather be told I'm losing when I'm winning and fight better than get told I'm winning when I'm not to make myself feel better. Yeah, all just a bit silly really. But Tyson Fury is definitely gonna. Oh yeah, also Tyson Fury in the post-match press conference saying Happy New Year to everyone, which a lot of people are memeing because Tyson Fury was definitely out of it. I'm surprised Tyson Fury managed to survive until the end of the fight, in all honesty, because he was out on his feet for such a long time, and Usyk just kept punching him, but Fury refused to go down because he probably knew that a knockdown would cost him the fight. But the ropes kept him up in the end, so it did count as a knockdown. So very interesting. Martinez on for match fitness. Yeah, 100% he's on for match fitness. I wouldn't be surprised. Martinez will probably be subbed off around the 60th minute mark. Would be my guess. Oh, Martinez with a beautiful challenge there at the back. You can see our defense are a lot more shored up with Martinez there, though. I mean, without Martinez, we probably would have conceded a goal already by now. So it's him for final. Ref saved Tyson with the standing count. If he went down, he wasn't getting up. Yeah, it's a hard one. Yeah, that's actually a good point because what do you do in that situation where a fighter's out on his feet and he's still staying up on his feet? Do you like end the fight right there? Do you leave the boxers to keep like punching each other? Do you give them a standing count? I don't really know a lot about standing counts and when they should be allowed and when they shouldn't be, but it did feel as though without that standing count, Tyson Fury would have been like knocked out clean. Like he was out on his feet for about 30 seconds, so he was absolutely wobbled. But Brighton on the attack here. Brighton shoot. Oh, he really should have scored there. Terrible for them. Bear with me. And we're back. If it went down, it wasn't getting up. Yeah, 100%. Tyson really got lucky the ref didn't let him hit one more time. Yeah, I think it's I need to look up the rules when it comes to standing counts to like make an actual decision, but yeah, it does definitely feel like because Fury was not going to go down unless he was knocked out. Like usually Fury when he is dazed or anything like that, he's not scared to like get knocked down and then go on the floor and then come back up. But I think he knew that if he goes down after that punch, then he would lose the fight. So I think he knew in himself, like, oh, okay, I will lose this fight if I go down. So that's why he just refused to touch the canvas, because he's done it so many times. Like, why wouldn't he do it? So what's everyone making of the match so far? Brighton, have we had a shot on target this match? Let's have a look here. And who is excited for the Euros? Because I am very excited. I know the season's not over, we've still got the FA Cup final, but I'm properly getting into the Euros spirit. It's normally a standing count when a fighter obviously can't protect themselves and is out on their feet but hasn't been knocked down enough to stop the fight. Okay. So I'd say the ref was fair to do the standing count. But still the argument is because he was out on his feet and Usyk did have plenty of opportunities to knock him down, but he wasn't going down, so I feel like a standing count is fair if that's the case when they should be used. But yeah, you can also say at the same time Tyson Fury is very lucky that he did get that standing count when he did. It's not like the ref jumped in straight away as soon as he got like wobbled and stuff. Like the ref gave him 30 seconds to get out of any bother. So the ref didn't really like save him, but at the same time he didn't just end the fight when potentially in a smaller fight, I reckon the fight would have been ended there. Brighton with another semi-decent opportunity there. I'm just looking at Barco, who Mackenzie has scouted and said looks like a little chav, but he does have the hair of the ginger. Arabic commentary saying Lallana is Lallana. When I was watching it, got round 9 and just went, yeah, he's lost it. I think it's impossible to beat Usyk on points unless you score like a couple knockdowns. That's the only way. Okay, corner for Brighton. Away by Fernandez. Fury has only been knocked down 8 times and 6 have come in his last 7 fights. It's a hard one to say like recently though, because you can look at that and say, oh, okay, in his recent fights, he's either showing a decline, or alternatively, you can say that they've happened in his last 7 fights because he's fighting elite people now. Yeah, exactly. Fighting better fighters. I do think that Tyson Fury's chin is going to be suspect from now on, though. Because you can't get knocked down that many times and take that much damage like you did against Usyk and not sustain some sort of like long-term effect of that. He's still got amazing powers to recover, but I don't think that he's gonna have the same chin that he once did. And I do think that if him and Anthony Joshua fought, Anthony Joshua would beat him because Joshua would land a punch on him. One thing I do feel sorry about when it comes to Fury. Well, I don't feel sorry, but because he's earning like shed ton of money. But like, I think he mentally was done with boxing, and then Usyk came about, and with Turkey Al Sheikh coming into boxing and Saudi Arabia spending all of this money on fights, it kind of puts him in a position where he does actually want to retire, but at the same time, he can earn ridiculous amounts of money fighting people. So do you just look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak, and ignore the ability to earn this much money doing something that you're pretty much like the best at, other than maybe Usyk? Or do you just retire and keep the O and then have people talk about you as a legend forever? And I think he's gone with the money option. Not saying that he's not taking it seriously and he's just cashed out, but his heart, if your heart's not in it, even if you try and get yourself motivated for this stuff, it's kind of like, yeah, it's not where you want to be boxing if you don't actually want to be there. Arsenal losing 1-0. Yeah, Man City have won the league, guys. We were expecting a twist and a turn, but no, Man City have won the league. And they've won the league with a 5-point gap. His chin isn't amazing, but he can always get up. I think it's because of how light Tyson was this fight. If he came in heavier, he could have taken the punches better. Lightest he's coming into a fight, and you can see he could feel the punches last night. Yeah, you can say it's about the weight, but then you can also say in the earlier rounds, oh, Garnacho skins his man. Cross, oh, you can say it's because of the weight, but at the start of the fight, he was taking those punches from Usyk, but Usyk is such a specimen as a person that, like, he doesn't just have amazing technique. His gas tank is the best gas tank in the heavyweight division. So in the early rounds, you can take his punches because, okay, well, good technique, but not a lot of power behind them. But when you take those punches over and over again every single round, and by the time you get to the 7th to 9th round, you're exhausted and your defense isn't as good as it was in the earlier rounds, it doesn't matter how much you weigh, like, you will feel those punches because he just wasn't defending himself as well as he was when he was as he was in earlier on in the fight. Ahmad passing back to Amrabat. Casemiro at the back here. We still haven't really formed too many attacks. We're using the wings, but we haven't really built anything up. Tyson will be back, but he'll never be champ again unless there's a shock win against Usyk and he wins it off them. Like when AJ lost to Ruiz. This is the thing. I think Tyson, out of everyone, has the ability to beat Usyk because he was doing very, very well. And it's not like Usyk wasn't hurt throughout the fight. Like, Usyk backed up a few times and it was visible when he was hurt. But yeah, I think Tyson will be back. It's just a case of is his heart in it? Because if it's not, then he's probably just going to cash in and he's probably just going to sign up for the Usyk rematch to cash in and then maybe leave the sport because Yeah. One thing as well with Fury is he didn't really. He half handled the fight with grace, but then he didn't really, because I mean you can't say, oh yeah, Usyk won because like his country's at war. I mean, I find it a bit confusing as well. The people who said that Fury won, like, I don't see how anyone could think that Fury won that fight. If they have a rematch in October, he needs to be as aggressive as he was with Wilder. If he was that aggressive, unless he gets Usyk out of there, he would get knocked out by the 9th round. If he's that aggressive, he will gas, and Usyk will knock him out, unless he knocks Usyk out early. The judge who voted Fury winning was Smoking Defo. A few people have said to me that they thought that Fury won, and I'm just like, what were you watching? Like, close people to me, and I'm just like, what? How? Only the blind could think that. And yeah, they need to go to Specsavers, Nick. Every fighter has fanboys who can't accept when they lose. Yeah. My cousin said Fury won 8 out of 9 rounds. Bloody hell. People think Fury won because of the rounds he won in the fight. He won them clearly. When Usyk had to fight for the rounds. But this is the thing. When Fury won those rounds clearly, what people don't see or don't think about is Usyk lets his opposition have those rounds. Like, the reason that they win them clearly is because he takes the round off, and like, yeah, he's still there. He doesn't leave himself vulnerable, like he's completely giving up on the round, but he doesn't go 100%. So what happens is he'll start strong, he'll give a few rounds away in the middle, so then like the opposition get a bit of false confidence, or they think, oh, okay, this is easier than I thought, and then he'll go from 0 to 100 really quick and catch them by surprise. They'll mentally panic, and then it'll just exhaust them even more. And then by the 9th round, they think, oh, okay, well, I was doing well, but now I'm not doing well anymore. It's like a complete mental mind fudge on the opposition, and it's because Usyk has the gas tank to do it. When Usyk was wobbling, Fury should have went for the kill, in my opinion. 100%. I don't know why he didn't, unless it was like an energy thing, but it was a hard one with the Fury fight, because it didn't look as though Fury was gassed either. I think that he probably was, but Fury never shows it when he's tired. Whereas with AJ, you can visibly see when he's gassed. Nah, Fury was in the best shape of his career. He wasn't gassed, he was just battered and bloody. It's a hard one. I don't think he's gassed, but I don't know if it's a mental fatigue that Usyk puts on his opponents of like, he's just always got more energy than them. Like, he's a volume puncher, so I don't know if that just plays on the opponent's mind, and that's what exhausts them. Like, it's not a physical thing, but maybe it's a mental thing. I don't get it, but like, nobody wins late rounds against Alexander Usyk. No one's ever won late rounds against him. So I think that's pretty much a sign of a fight. If you look at the Tyson Fury fight and the Tyson Fury versus Usyk and the Anthony Joshua versus Usyk fight, they are almost identical. Other than Fury got wobbled in the 9th and got the standing count, whereas Joshua never got a standing count. They're almost identical in the rounds, but people think that Usyk won, AJ won, and Tyson Fury won. If you look at like all of the scorecards, they'd probably be identical because Usyk does the same thing every match. So if you're looking for a reason to think that, okay, Usyk's going to lose a fight, then you have to see like that mold broken. What I'd like to see is someone just waiting for Usyk and letting him have the early rounds and then coming on stronger in the middle of the fight. So then it's kind of like you're going for the rounds that he would usually get, and giving him the rounds that he wouldn't usually go for. I'd like to see how that would affect his game plan. Got to respect Fury. I think if that's any other fighter, they have gone down in round 9. He knew that if he went down in round 9, if he got a knockdown against him, he would lose that fight. He knew it. That's why he just could not let his body do it. He was hurt, not tired. Fury could have won late rounds if he listened to Sugar Hill and not his dad. Yeah. Even then, though, like Sugar Hill's advice was just showing him which punches to use. Like he was saying, like, okay, look at me, twist, do this, and then do that. That's what Sugar Hill was saying in the later rounds. And it could be good advice, but at the same time, it seems like a lot of fighters go into their corner when they're facing Alexander Usyk, and their corner tells them, oh, okay, do this, do that. And yeah, they just can't do that because it's a lot harder than it's a lot harder than how it's just being told for them to do when Usyk's moving constantly and all of this sort of stuff. It's a very hard fight. Usyk is literally a Ukrainian cruiserweight version of Tyson Fury. But obviously it's southpaw. Fury also completely stopped body shotting Usyk, which looked like was hurting him the most. Yeah, I found that confusing, but the uppercut and the body shots were there all night for him. I don't know if it takes more energy though to rip those body shots and uppercuts more so than it does to just, you know, like jab them or throw straight punches. I think it is probably a lot more taxing, and when you are thinking about the fact that you are in there with the best gas tank you would have ever faced, you're probably thinking, okay, I don't want to waste all of my energy on these power shots of just uppercutting and ripping to the body. So it's so hard to work out how to beat Alexander Usyk. It's known Usyk can't take body shots, so I don't know why he didn't keep on with it. Body shots are still worse on them than it is at you. Yeah, but then Tyson Fury's also he's obviously got the ability to put those shots in his arsenal. Like he could do anything when it comes to boxing, but he's not known for body shots. I think body shots also leave him more defensively weak, whereas if you're using your if you're using straight punches and you're just sticking your arm out there, which is what he was doing throughout the fight, then he's got more ability to use that head movement because he can see things differently, whereas body shots, you need to get a lot closer to the opposition in comparison to straight punches. So I think he wanted to keep him at distance and just do that, but he clearly couldn't do that. Like if he's hurting the other person a lot, you keep doing it, in my opinion. I think, but when it does come to those things, and it's like, okay, why did they stop doing that? Usually there is a reason. Usually it's either because he felt defensively vulnerable and Usyk was catching him more when he was throwing the body shots, or Usyk was just moving in a different sort of way to keep him away from the body shots. But those are the only other options as to why he would have been doing that. Because I doubt that. Like, Tyson's an incredibly smart fighter, so if he saw a punch was working, I doubt that he would then just completely stop punching, like using that punch. He's like one of the smartest fighters in the division, so I think it must have been something that Usyk was doing to put him off throwing those body shots. Tyson needed to keep on the inside to stop Usyk's looping left, but kept getting... Yeah, that's what he needed to do. Because that left hand kept landing like all night. Usyk closed distance so quickly as well, though. Like, it's crazy to think that one of them had a 7 or 8 inch reach advantage, and Usyk's just closing that distance every time. If he kept on the inside, he could have dug more body shots and uppercuts. It's his dad. Love how we're just talking about the fight last night instead of our final Premier League game this season. Oh, the Premier League season was over, like, I don't know, 5 months ago, Nick. His dad tells him the wrong stuff. His dad doesn't know anything about boxing. Like, even when Tyson Fury was training for Klitschko and everything, his dad wasn't his main trainer. Like, it's... Shows how sad and boring we play. How many points are we going to finish the season on? Hopefully we can at least get 60. Well, it looks like we need a win to get Conference League. Do the players even want Conference League? I don't think the players even want to play in the Conference League, to be honest. Shows how sad and boring we play. Well, let's have a look. We've had 2 shots on target, so it's not bad. But it's been very boring. It has been very boring. We're just talking about the fight last night instead of our final Premier League game of this season. His dad tells him the wrong stuff. How sad and boring player. His height. Your height doesn't matter if you know how to use it. Fury was using it for the majority of it, but again, like, if Fury's main defense isn't actually putting his guard up and it's head movement, that will exhaust you. I don't care how, like, fit you are. You can't do head movement for that long throughout the fight. It's going to exhaust you, and I think Fury, even though he didn't look it, I would not be surprised if Fury came out and said that was the most tired I've ever been in a boxing match, because that's what everyone who fights Alexander Usyk says. Tony Bellew said it, Anthony Joshua said it, and now let's see if Tyson Fury says it as well. Usyk's pressure's just on another level. 8 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Not an impressive record. But Big John Fury would beat any man alive. He's undefeated on these streets. They need something in Europe just to say they accomplished something. The thing is with the fight, I thought if Usyk was barely winning, they would give a draw. Yeah, I was worried that a draw would be given at one stage. Did you see that the players will have a 25% reduction in pay because they haven't reached Champions League? Rightfully so. And rightfully so for Eric Ten Hag. I mean, I feel bad for... Oh, God. Expected goals, 0.15. Whereas Brighton have 0.91. Yeah, no, we've gone back to old United. But just bear with me, guys. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Nick, look after the stream. As for Deputy, look after the stream for a couple of minutes. One sec. All right, boys, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to take a call. Okay. Let's sort this timer out. And then I'll just catch up on what I missed with you hoodlums. Okay, let's get this timer sorted. Here we go. because of a 10 round. We will beat City next week, boys. Oh no, dead silence. And time to take over. Will City bottle? It's so silent. Yeah, weird. Match has no sound, which is shiz. Arsenal will bottle. Admin back yet? Yes, he's back. Came back just as admin did. Couldn't bear the silence. Let's have a look here then. So, City have won the league. Oh, wait a sec. West Ham have scored a goal. So it's 2-1 at the moment in the City West Ham game. It is a bit had though. Will West Ham be able to actually do something there? Whereas, let's see, Arsenal score. Arsenal are now drawing with Everton, which is interesting. So the table could still change if Arsenal were to score a goal. If Arsenal were to score a goal and Man City were to concede one, it could completely change, I believe, and then Arsenal would win the league. Meanwhile, Brighton are just playing it around our box. Brighton! Oh, off the line clearance there. I think that was from Wan-Bissaka. Okay, it was actually Casemiro. Here's a quick question for the chat, just before we move on from the Tyson Fury-Alexander Usyk fight. Who do you think wins in a fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury now? Still Fury. I feel like Fury's taken a lot of damage in his career, whereas Anthony Joshua, other than the Ruiz fight, hasn't taken that much damage. Casemiro with a little flick to stop that goal. Beautiful defending. Okay, Onana on the ball. To McTominay. Also, McKenz, how do you see a Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight actually happening? As in, how does Fury win? And what does the fight look like? Garnacho? Oh. You're not getting chances in the second half. We are waking up a bit. Mind games, showboating, awkward style, and AJ will do what he's been doing a lot recently, which is being very standoffish and not doing a lot. See, this is where I disagree, because what I do see from Tyson Fury is the fact that Deontay Wilder has been able to drop him. Francis Ngannou has been able to drop him. Usyk has been able to wobble him. It leads me to believe that Tyson Fury's defense isn't what it once was. And if AJ lands a shot on him, I think Tyson Fury would be at least knocked down, if not knocked out. I don't think he's as defensively sound as he once was, and I don't know if he's getting slower or what it is, but he will get clocked by AJ at some point during that fight, and I think that will put him down. I mean, if Ngannou can find the target, if Usyk can find the target, and if Wilder can find the target, AJ will be able to find the target against Fury. 100%. And Fury just can't keep taking this damage. He will eventually get found out. Well, he did last night, really. Because had his chin held up, then we could have potentially been talking about a draw, but it didn't, so... But as for the game right now, United are waking up. And hopefully we can get the 3 points and we steal that Conference League spot from Newcastle. You say if Usyk can find the target as if he isn't one of the most accurate punchers in boxing. Though. Yeah, but as in, this is supposedly Fury as fit as he's ever been, as fit as he was when he fought Klitschko, all of this sort of stuff. Klitschko couldn't find the target. He could not find the target in that match. Whereas every big fight Tyson Fury's had since the Klitschko fight, every single one of those fighters, no matter the size, no matter the technique, no matter anything, has been able to find the target. So, if they've all been able to find the target, why would Anthony Joshua not be able to find that target? But yeah, obviously Usyk is obviously is one of the most accurate. But then, is he one of the most accurate? Because like he's a volume puncher, so he throws a lot, but then he also misses a lot. So Truthfordians, Diego, I salute you. How's it going, man? That's better waiting for a United goal. We've been waiting for 56 minutes. We've just been talking about Tyson Fury versus Usyk, to be honest. He's an old man now, I guess. But then they're all the same age, so... But then it comes down to the whole... If you don't, like, treat your body right and everything like that, then your prime is going to end a lot sooner than everyone else's. And I think that's what's happening to Tyson Fury now. He hasn't looked after his body how he should, and it's finally catching up with him. Diego with the epic intro again. I need to start doing that. You started a trend, Diego. There's a reason Diego is our head of culture, and the amazing intros is part of that. Okay, Brighton playing it around the back. Martinez out for Evans. Yeah, I think that was always going to happen. Hopefully he's not injured, but like, yeah, I think 60th minute Martinez was always going to come off. No way he was going to play the full game before the final. Mine's Bosch. What should yours be, Nick? Everyone's got their own little intro. We are fucked. That's a pretty good one, to be fair, Nick. Bruno out for Højlund is an interesting call. But again, we just need to wrap these players in cotton wool before the final. Bruno out. Bruno out. We are done. Okay, free kick for Brighton. This game has a 0-0 written all over it. Okay, Ahmad on the ball. Ahmad with a bit of a dodgy pass to Garnacho, but he controls it. Ahmad back on the ball. Ahmad's so good in his technical space. How has he got through? He almost got through 3 players, and it still ended up with Garnacho on the left-hand side. But he's offside. Okay, Delo defending there. Well, we're in the 61st minute here. Still no goal. Let's have a look at the stats. Still only 2 shots on target. We're taking hold of the game a bit more with the possession, but still haven't really been able to create anything. This isn't the performance I was hoping for going into a final, but hopefully we can at least hopefully we can at least change the tide. Brighton are smashing us with shots. Onana plays it around the back to Casemiro. Casemiro plays forward. Casemiro finds Højlund on the right-hand side. Højlund on the right-hand side. Finds Ahmad. Ahmad finds McTominay. McTominay shoots, but it's blocked. That was a good opportunity there, to be fair. I mean, good play from Højlund. Kobe tries to chip the keeper there, but apologises to McTominay. Ten Hag is wearing a suit today, which is too straight, if you ask me. The tie is too neat, and bloody hell. Ahmad with a shot that goes way over the bar there. His tie, I can confirm his tie is not crooked. That is a very straight tie, and I'm not liking what I see from this team. Coincidence? I think not. Marcus Rashford on the bench there, biting his nails once again. Why is Marcus Rashford always biting his nails on the bench? The camera always seems to get him when he's biting his nails. Forward by Brighton. The low picks it up. Scott McTominay. Garnacho to McTominay to Garnacho. Garnacho's still fighting for it, but Brighton take the ball. It's been a bit of a nothing game, to be honest. Brighton have had good chances. We've created decent opportunities, but we haven't really. There hasn't really been any cutting edge. It's kind of. It's very frustrating game at the moment. As for the Conference League poll, 50% of us want to be in the Conference League and 50% of us don't want to be in the Conference League. So shows where fans are with the club. Mainu with a bit of trickery there, but the Brighton player defends well. Okay, Ahmad coming forward. Finds Hoyland. Ahmad tries to get there, but he can't. There's a big gap between our front line and our midfield. There's not really any link up between our midfield and our attack. It's all just a bit of a mess, really. Okay, Garnacho on the left wing. Garnacho cuts in. Garnacho finds Ahmad. Ahmad to Garnacho. Garnacho, takes a shot, but it's blocked. I feel like it would be very United this season to end the season with just a 0-0. Okay, Onana at the back. We need to end on a win. Just before the game to see. It really feels like a training game at the moment, to be honest with you. Rafael Varane coming on now. It feels like a training game to prepare them for the City match. This is Rafael Varane's final Premier League game. Brighton still taking a hold of the game, but United kind of just walking around. What's the score in the other games? Let's have a look. Yeah, we may as well just focus on everyone else's games other than ours. So Man City 3-1, cool. So they're definitely not losing that against West Ham or drawing now. As for Arsenal, they're still drawing. Yeah, I think it would have been a tall order. As for Liverpool, they're winning, but third place, no one cares. As for Aston Villa are getting pumped 4-0 by Crystal Palace, but I mean, you got to factor in that they've already qualified for the Champions League, so all of their players have just been drinking for the past week. Tottenham getting that Europa League spot, 66 points. Chelsea also getting a Europa League spot with their win today. And from the looks of it, Newcastle getting the Conference League unless we can get a goal. As now the bottles of the century. They were ahead this season, weren't they, at one point? I swear they were. Or were they not ahead and at the top of the league? Because, I mean, last season they were top of the league since December, and then just completely threw it away in the last 5 games or something. Were Arsenal at any point number 1 in the league this season? I can't remember. Six points clear after City had a shiz start. Yeah. Typical Arsenal. Scored a half. Caicedo scored a halfway line goal. Bloody hell. Good for Chelsea to be running into some form when it actually matters. How have Chelsea ended up with Europa League football and we've ended up with no Europe this season? We've also ended a season with -3 goal difference. Bloody hell. Kind of boring this season as well when it comes to relegation as well as the title. Like, we've known who's going to be relegated for a while with Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield. And we've probably known, if we're being honest, who's won the league for a while with City. So it's a bit of a mess season, in all honesty. Oh! Diogo Dalot scores. What just happened there? And he's doing he's done the post celebration. How are any of these players celebrating when we're this low in the league? Like, I get be happy, but come on, guys. Come on. You've just potentially qualified for Europa Conference League. Why are we Why are we doing celebrations? Why are we doing joint celebrations? So ball over the top, lands with Delo, and he just fires it home. Long ball from Casemiro, and it touched the Brighton player's hand as it fell down, and then that landed directly in Delo's path for him to shoot it past the keeper. Been battling for 5th all season just to finish 8th. Because we get the participation trophy and the injury trophy. Woo! Injury trophy, we do. Injury trophy, we do. Oh, injury trophy, we do. Oh, injury trophy, we love you. Goal, Delo. I wasn't even paying attention. What a goal. I saw it as it went in. Delo is playing striker like myself. 4-4-2 of Delo up top. The answer to all of our problems. Just out of nowhere. We need Brentford to step up now. It's just a win, isn't it, that secures us Conference League. Let's have a look. Oh no, a win doesn't even secure us Conference League because of the goal difference. So we do need Brentford to score a goal. Okay, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Brentford-Newcastle game. Newcastle appear to have started very strong, but then Brentford have scored 2 goals in the second half. Let's see what they can do. Newcastle need to lose. I think they just need to draw. So as long as Brentford score 1 goal, then we should be good, shouldn't we? Okay, ball forward. Højlund running onto it. But can't get there. Okay, we all just need to pray for we all just need to pray that Brentford turn up. Is it bad that we're actually dependent on Brentford to get Conference League football, Manchester United? Oh, this season's been an absolute joke. Goodness. Well, we've got 13 minutes to go. Brentford's free kick. Brentford have so many set pieces. Okay, Garnacho sprinting. Garnacho working hard to close down the play from Brighton here. What's with all these random clubs having really high goal scorers? What do you mean, random clubs having high goal scorers? Let's look at the Premier League top goal scorers this season. So we've got Erling Haaland, we've got Cole Palmer, got Alexander Isak, Phil Foden, Solanke for Bournemouth, Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa, Jared Bowen, and Crystal Palace, Jean-Philippe Mateta. I haven't seen anyone mention Mateta's name, but he's got 16 goals. Who's Jean-Philippe Mateta? Let's have a look into him. Oh, I remember this guy. He's only 26 and he scored 16 goals in the Prem. Not bad. Rashford loses the ball there. Palace, Mateta is on 16 goals now. Almost pen for Newcastle, Bournemouth, Palace, Villa. He's been at Palace for ages, but he's been pretty okay for them. Been amazing this season, though. Well, it seems like every team in the league can find young strikers, but we can't. (4-2) Newcastle. Right. Okay. Conference League is gone. No European football for United next season. It's actually quite sad now thinking about it. We couldn't even get Conference League, but at the same time, it's saving 5-0 to Palace. Jesus. Most Villa players have been having a good time. I know that. It's funny because when I was coming home from London this afternoon, there were just a ton of Villa players and sorry, not a ton of Villa players, but a ton of Villa fans on the tube and stuff. And I think that the players are in the exact same mindset as the fans because they were absolutely, what's a polite way of saying this? Clattered. City wins, doesn't matter. Nottingham Forest have stayed up. Nottingham Forest were always going to stay up though, weren't they? I mean, there was no opportunity for them to go down. Oh wait, no, there was an opportunity for them to go down, but they would have had to. Luton Town would have had to have won, and they would have had to have lost. No, even then they had better goal difference. So yeah, there was no jeopardy with the bottom three, and the jeopardy of the top four kind of didn't exist either. They've been in and out of the relegation zone because of the point deduction. I think it's very impressive that Everton have handled their point deductions well. Everton would be 9th without 10 with the 10 points. Shout out to Daishi, doing well. Meanwhile, in the United game, we're kind of just surviving right now. All of the players, I haven't seen really any proper push from any of the players on either side to get the 3 points, to be honest. Garnacho's been running, but other than that, everyone's kind of just walking around, getting ready for their summer holidays before the Euros. So you're almost as good as me in Football Manager, getting them Europa, 9 points off of Champions League. This is a random one, but just speaking of Everton, has anything happened with Dele Alli? I thought he was supposed to come back to Everton and start playing. Has he even rejoined the squad or? Cross from Brighton with the corner. Oh, back post, but it's out of play. Got caught with that Cool Whip stuff. What Cool Whip stuff? We are playing this game like the whole season. It's okay. It's underwhelming and just surviving mode. Yeah, we're not really doing anything that is it's getting fans off their seats. We can say that for sure. Like Brandon Williams, who is it currently in rehab for it? What is it? Cool Whip? I don't know what it's called, but it's to get you high. And Dele Alli was caught with it. I don't understand that. Why do the Gary Neville interview and like turn yourself into the champion of the people and then do something stupid like that? It's very short sighted from him. Yeah, there was a video of him with his mates using it, setting up a birthday party. Plebs will be plebs, man. Marcus Rashford with a decent turn there. On the left wing, finds Ericsson, who was trying to find Rashford again, but Rashford was blocked off. We've got remaining 3 minutes of normal added time for United's final game of the Premier League season, 23-24. Højlund, or give us some excitement. Højlund, and Højlund scores. Boom. Højlund, great run, finds the space, shoots, another goal. Højlund is a purple patch player. As soon as he scores one goal and gets a bit of confidence, he goes on a run. And that is beautiful to see going into the final. Beautiful. 2-0. Højlund linking up with Eriksson. Very good. Not the best goalkeeping there. I feel like the goalkeeper could have at least dived for it. Like to be beat on your near post, that's not very good. Goal, Højlund. I am so far ahead it isn't funny. I'm typing this because I don't know what else to do. Come on, admin, get to this point. Exact same movement as in the Villa game and Newcastle game. 3 goals that are exactly the same. This one's just closer. It's as though he's learned to use that burst of pace that he's got in short areas, so then he gets a little bit of extra space, and then it's just a case of getting the shot off. Højlund is a class player, you can just tell. The only question marks are the injury and just getting him confident enough to be scoring, because at the moment, when he doesn't score, it seems like he just goes on a bit of a drought. But the Højlund feint coined here, going to copyright it. Okay, Rashford to Casemiro to Garnacho. Garnacho looking for the cross but couldn't find it. Now we're into the 90th minute. Six minutes of added time. Here comes the throwaway. No, Mackenzie. No. Not today. Okay, corner for Eriksson. Brighton have looked really toothless this match. Where's Brighton actually finished this season? 11th. How is De Zerbi getting linked to like Bayern Munich and Man United when he's managing a Brighton side that have finished 11th? Okay, Garnacho. Over to Eriksson. Casemiro on the ball. Crosses it over to Delo. One thing I will say is that we have looked very shored up this match. Even though Brighton have had very good opportunities, we haven't given them that many. It feels like. Let's have a quick look at the XG. See if that translates. Okay, yeah. Never mind. We have Brighton do have an XG of 1.5. So we have given away opportunities, they just haven't been able to make the most of it. But the first half was definitely Brighton's, second half was ours. And it's not about how you start, guys. It's about how you finish. So, big up the team. Onana cuddling the ball on the ground there. Onana kicks along. It's out of play. Well, Okay, Casemiro picks up a yellow card. In what could be his final Premier League game if he is to be sold to Saudi Arabian League. City win the league again. Oh, that's nice for them. Cool. Oh well. I think the less people talk about it, the better. And the only people who are really going to talk about it are rival fans because their fans don't even care. City may very well win the league, but they will not win the FA Cup. Mark my words. Well, so only hope for Europe this season is winning FA Cup against a dominant City. Great. Their fans, City doesn't have any fans. I meant the electric fans that we've got in the stadium because it's such a hot day, Nick. They can't wait to see the empty streets on a parade day. It's so sad. It's so sad being a City. Like, what is McTominay doing? McTominay is just keeping that ball in the corner, trying to waste time against Brighton there. Just getting used to it for the Man City game. Okay, and that is the end of the game. Well, Ten Hag giving De Zerbi a little hug and a shake. How are people mentioning De Zerbi coming to United when he wears a black T-shirt on the side of a but for a Premier League game? He's a Premier League manager and he's sitting on the side with a black T-shirt. It looks as though he should be sitting at a Chinese buffet or something. But nevertheless, that is Manchester United 23-24 season summed up. We win 2-0. We're in good form going into the final. No surprise we start winning when our players come back. Injuries have destroyed our season, but we're not going to complain. We're going to keep going forward because the Reds go marching on. Now, I appreciate you all tuning in. This has been one of the worst Premier League seasons, and it just so happens to be the first Premier League season that Old Truthford has streamed every single match. So, God, Newcastle also winning, so we finish 8th. So that's probably 5-6 places than most people predicted us to finish. Massive underachievement from United, but without the correct players, what do we expect? I just appreciate one and all of you for tuning into the streams because God knows that it's been a very hard task this season for a lot of us. So yeah, appreciate all the support once again, but we're not finished with United this season until the FA Cup final. Now let me just double check when this is because I don't actually know the date. 25th of May, so it's this Saturday. We will be streaming and we will get the points Get the points. What am I saying? I'm so tired. We will get the cup and we will then go on to never lose a game again under Ten Hag following the introduction of Ineos. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Appreciate you all tuning in, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I hope you get ready for the Saturday because it's going to be a big one. Godspeed. $60 points minus one got no, okay. We need to end the stream here. We'll have a chat in the admin's angels chat, but yeah. I'll see you all on Saturday. Godspeed. 60 points, Jesus.